was it that
Well, it
you went
started
through?
when I saw my wedding pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I looked terrible. I mean, actually, yeah. I mean, in your wedding pictures, it's supposed to look perfect. I didn't feel perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Around my house, I don't have any pictures of my wedding, and I spent a lot of money on the photographer, and it just kind of sucks. And so when I saw those pictures, like, I really need to, you know, lose some weight, because I started to even feel kind of depressed and kind of like, you know, gain all this weight. How am I supposed to lose it? So it pretty much started from there, and then.
Notice how Merica has an association with something painful in her life, emotionally painful, that drives her then to take action. In this case, it was her thought of her wedding pictures and how she looked and felt when associating her being overweight with those wedding pictures. She didn't even want to have them in her house. That pain led her to take action, and therefore she goes on to achieve results.
And I just
Mhm.
started to, eat better, work out. But then I started to lose like 2 pounds here, 3 pounds there. And so when I got really serious with it, when I started Insanity, and
Mhm.
I did it for a month, and I lost 10 pounds, but I lost more inches than pounds. And so I kind of felt a little discouraged because I was like, no pounds, but the inches were coming off, clothes were starting to fit right. And then I joined this class, and that's when I started to really like get into my weight loss journey, and I really saw like the pounds start to shed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So
Mhm.
you started to see a glimpse of changes when you started doing Insanity,
Mhm.
and you were like, wow, if I'm working out, and were you eating right at that time, or are you just working
I
out?
was just working out.
Just working out.
Mhm.
So when did you start to? Okay, then you started with the boot camps, and was there a difference
Mhm.
between that and Insanity? I mean, what was the difference? Anything?
Well, I was good with Insanity for the first month because,
Yeah.
I could go home and just do it whatever time I
Yeah.
wanted to. But then I started getting bored from it, and then I started to feel like less motivated to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I started this class, I had just
Was
like,
part of that because you're kind of on your own with
yeah,
that,
I was
or
kind
what
of
is
on
it?
my own. I didn't really have like people supporting me. Over here, we work in groups, and I love it because I could see
Mm-hmm.
the next person working out with me, and I'm like, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
really start to push myself here more than working alone.
So that motivates you. You're seeing other people, and you're okay.
Mhm.
That makes sense. Here, America talks about her experience of first working out alone, which can be a great thing, but then hitting a wall where not feeling motivated. She's doing the workouts alone by herself at home with a video, and although it was good in the beginning, there came a point where she needed to step beyond that. And her accountability then to a coach and to a group really helped her with overcoming that boredom and helping her also go past any plateaus because now she has that support and she has that guidance and she is informing herself along the way on her journey. Human beings thrive in tribes, and that's just a part of us as humans. We want to do things with others, and we excel when we do things with others. And that's one of the reasons why boot camp training is such a powerful thing. When was it when you started kicking in the nutrition, though? When did that all click?
It started in I think the second month that I started boot camp, and that's when you started talking about like nutrition, like at the end of class, and um, were pretty much giving us tips. So I was like, all right, let me try this out because I
Mm-hmm.
tried juicing before,
Mm-hmm.
and that was terrible. Me and my husband did it, and we did not feel good. So
Yeah, you can't really get a lot of energy, and
yeah, it was just
you're kind
bad.
of starving almost,
So
right?
I was like, if I could do a little bit of juicing, and then eat a meal. So I would juice like at least like twice a day,
Mm-hmm.
and then eat like a meal.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
so I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right too, because I was like still kind of hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I started going to like Barnes and Nobles and grabbing books and learning about what to eat and what not to eat, and kind of expanding my palette of like different types of food and herbs and whatnot. And
You
so
know, I think that's crucial what you just said right there is you started going to Barnes and Nobles, you started to research things. I always find that people that, start to put in that extra effort and they start to research for themselves, really start to hunt for information,
mhm.
those are the people that start to make the changes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's good that you did that. And then you were listening to some of my tips along the way and you kind of pieced everything together. And were you food logging at all?
I did for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay, that's a good amount of time.
And then so when I started to food log, I started to see like how much calories are what, and so I kind of repeated the meals. Like, oh, I ate that, and it was still below, you know. So I
Yes.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
learned how to eat that way,
Yeah.
and so it worked out.
Yeah, and that's what food logging is all about. You can kind of template it, and then studies have shown that people that eat kind of relatively the same thing, and they
Hmm.
kind of know what they're eating, have the best results. So that's good. What about major obstacles that came up during your training? Anything?
Well, I live with my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents are like they cook every night. They always cook like deep fried chicken or like adobo or like anything like
Mm-hmm.
Filipino, and everything
Yeah.
Filipino is like greasy but yummy.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be so tempted to eat it, but then I would like tell myself, especially from like a hard workout, like as what we did today, I'm like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go home and ruin it. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to just cook like separately, and then just I'll still eat with them, but I wouldn't really eat what they're eating.
So let me get this clear. They cook their own thing, and you cook your own thing,
Hmm.
and that's fine. You guys sit at the same table and eat together.
Hmm. And my
That's
mom and dad would actually like taste what I'm cooking, so they're kind of like
so you kind of
starting
introduce
to.
them.
I mean, they'll eat some, but then they're like, I'm not gonna do this all the time, but they'll
Right.
eat like the food that I make.
Well, that's good because yeah, I mean you're inspiring healthy change in your house, but at the same time you're taking control of
Yeah.
what you're doing. So that's
Hmm.
brave and but it's key. It's a key component to what you're doing. That's great. Um, so let's see what else. What would you say to somebody that has had a hard time and they've tried other things? Maybe they want to try boot camp and they're on the fence about it. What would you say to that person that needs some encouragement?
I think you should just try it out. It's really, really fun. I mean, I brought one of my friends in, and she was kind of still a little skeptical about it. And like the third day she was here, she was like, "Sign me up." I mean, it's really fun, and there's like everyone here is so supportive, and no one judges you here. And it's just when you go home, it's like a really good workout.
Awesome. Well, you make this place a better place, Merica.
Hey,
Thank you so much. And you've inspired a lot of people with this video. I know it. So say goodbye.
bye.
See ya. Yeah.
I've lost about a total of 40 pounds.
Awesome. 40 pounds is amazing.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a difference in the way your clothes are fitting?
Yes, I do, and I love shopping now because things are starting to look right on me, and I just love it. I've had my self-confidence back, and it just feels really good to know that you could lose this amount of weight because I thought I really couldn't do it. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to lose 40 pounds or even 20 pounds. There's no way. But then when
Yeah.
I started to be consistent about it, I really saw it coming off, and it didn't come off like in a week or two, but
Yeah.
it did come off.
It's definitely a journey. And you have somebody special in your life that has been losing weight, and you've been losing weight, and you're about to be reunited. Tell me about that.
My husband, he's actually lost some weight. He's actually he's in deployment now, and I mean, we'd Facebook each other and like, oh, how much weight have you lost? How much weight have you lost?
Hmm.
And so it's kind of like, I'm excited to see him because we both look really different.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, who are you?
Well, that's exciting. That's really cool. I
Yeah.
hope to meet him, and I can't wait for you guys to be reunited. That'll be really
Yeah,
cool.
and then hopefully we could retake our wedding photos so then I could actually have some pictures to put up.
Nice, nice, awesome. Well,
Yeah.
great job, and keep up the good work. Well done,
Thank you.
America. Thank you.